Hello everybody, welcome back to the new and improved channel here. Just decided to start fresh. Basically, we got this motorized bike here. It's basically what the channel is about before. But I haven't had this thing running in a while. And I think this video is going to be about just reviving it and getting it to run better than it was running before. So obviously it's going to need a new rear tire. I don't know if it'll need the whole new tire or just the tube, but we'll order that. I have a bunch of parts for these things. I used to be really into them a lot. This one is an 80cc. It's just got a little air-cooled 80cc motor in it. I put this fancy pipe on it and stuff. It was like 80 bucks. Got a muffler. It's got some fancy carburetor on it, which is pretty nice. But yeah, this will be a pretty fun little project to revive. I rode this thing all summer. I think it's got like 500 or 600 miles on it. I rode it to work, I rode it everywhere. It just needs revived. And then maybe service, maybe a new spark plug. I think the clutch is going bad in it because every time I ride it around for a little bit, the clutch, I have to readjust the clutch, so I think the clutch is going bad. It's got no air filter on it, but I'm not really sure if that'll affect anything, or I know you have to have an air filter on there to keep crap out of there, but it's not really affecting anything right now. But let's go ahead and just get into this project and start fixing this thing up and get it back to running status. Here's all the parts I have for it, for these things. I have had a couple of these bikes since the last time I posted a video on this channel, but here's all the parts I've got to them. Got a couple of things here. Got chains and stuff. I do want to end up putting this sprocket on there because I want to see how much speed I can get out of it. This is the smallest one I have. So the smaller sprocket in the back means it'll go faster. But I am going to probably end up putting this chain tensioner on there too, since I have no tensioner. And this thing's pretty tore up. But we'll see. I got some chain and stuff in here. But I do not have a tire tube, and I don't have a patch big enough to fix that tire because it was pretty badly messed up. I could rob the one off the front, put it on the back, and then just change the front one out, which is probably what I'll end up doing real quick, just so I don't have to take everything off when I get the new tube. I can just change the back with the front, and that'll be easy. And then we can probably change the sprocket on there real quick while we also have that off. So let's go ahead. Pretty banged up. Clutch is stuck. So it's cold out here. I got the heater going, so I'm sorry you can't hear me. Yeah, this thing's pretty beat up. I guess I put electrical tape in here at one point to use as spoke tape, so we'll rip that out and put some more in there, I guess. Yeah, this thing's pretty beat up. It's seen a lot of miles. Let's go ahead and try to tear that tire off of there. This tire. I think the way I popped this one was I was actually changing the old one on it. And the new one I put on there must have been too small or something. And it just blew when I was pumping it up. Blew out the side of the rim. Let's see how big the hole is here. Might be able to fix it. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. You have to have a couple patches on there. Maybe I'll try to fix that. We'll see. Other than that, this one already has a patch on it too, or what looks to be a patch. And we gotta put some different spoke tape on here, as well as the spoke is coming through the. I could have popped it as well right there. So we'll change this out. Try to fix this up a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but go ahead and look at that rim. It's really bent. This trim's made by Shimano. It looks like I rode it on the rim a couple times. by all that, which probably happened. But it's probably gonna need retrued because of riding on the rim. This right here tells me so. When you have something like that, it's how you know it's gonna need retrued. But we could probably just screw that in there. Yep, those all feel good. Yeah, this rim's ready to go back on. Oh, I think the bearings might be going bad in it though. Let's see if I can show you guys this a little better. Not supposed to do that. Could just need tightened down. Yeah, just tighten down. Just look at that. Spacer's not even tight on there. Oh yeah, this isn't even tight at all. We can fix that, it's no problem. I'm just gonna put some rim tape on here. I'm gonna leave this sprocket on here just because of this. I don't want to mess with anything else too much. And then we'll go ahead and we'll take the front tire off and put it on the back here, and then we'll just take that front. We'll take that rear and put it in the front, so we'll, you know, save us some time here. If you ever these bike rims, bicycle rims, anything like this, uses some special rim tape, which is really just electrical tape. So I got some 3M electrical tape here. And find your valve stem hole right there. And you just go ahead and you put your electrical tape right over the spokes. Hold it down though. And the way I keep it aligned is I just use the rim for alignment. So that's that. For anyone who cares to know, got that off with 2 flathead screwdrivers. Just gotta work at it a little bit and make sure I didn't have all the air out of it, that's why it was so hard. But you can't do it with screwdrivers if you don't have those tire pry tools like me. People will just remember to close my gate. Would be all good. No one remembers. There you go. So a quick tip: if you're ever putting any type of bicycle tire, really, that has a tube, make sure it's inflated enough to where it keeps its shape. You can't be putting a flat tube inside of the tire like that. It won't work. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure it's inflated enough, and then basically you're gonna line your valve stem up with the letters, so that your valve stem will always be where the letters are. That's what I like to do. You can really put your valve stem anywhere. It doesn't really matter. But then you just kind of work the tube into the tire, just like that, and then you can go ahead and start working onto the rim. Note to self, if you don't need any of these parts laying around, I got thousands of these little pistons laying around. I mean, this is one that actually blew up, like literally imploded inside of my jet ski motor, which I rebuilt. But that's what happens when you run a two-stroke on no oil. So if you got parts like this laying around that you'll never use, this was a good one, so I'll keep this one, but it doesn't gotta be on my bench. The thing you want to make sure of is this valve stem up here, right here. You want to make sure it's straight up and down. If it's not, if it's crooked, any movement on the tire will pull it out and cause it to lose air, and you won't be able to fix it. Alright, I went ahead, I grabbed this other spare tire I had, so we'll pump it up. And here's what I mean by a crooked valve stem as well. See how this one's all crooked? Luckily there's no air in this tire, so I can actually push it back. And since this will be our new front tire, we don't want our front tire popping. Gas tank rattling around on it, so we'll fix that up real quick too. Alright, this thing should be pretty much fixed. Let's go ahead and we'll go test it out real quick. I think it needs rejetted. I never actually got to jetting this carburetor, but I think it needs a bigger jet, or a smaller jet in here, and a bigger pilot jet. But we'll see. Let's go for a little ride here and see, just to make sure that this thing is really fixed. pretty much fixed. But yeah, it was good. The only thing it really needs is a front tire for that other rim, which I'll order. But right now I'll just run it on this front tire. And this is a really good thing to have around because this is something you can't really get in trouble with. The cops won't pull you over, and they'll just kind of wave you on. You go by. It's pretty discreet, is what I'm trying to say, and it's fast enough. This thing only goes about 20 right now with that sprocket, but if I put the smaller sprocket on, I could probably get like 40 or 50 out of it, which is, you know, way too fast. But it's really good for now. I can ride it on trails and stuff. But yeah, pretty nice, and I'm glad to have it back.